take for another formula crab, be better news channel. So, if you subscribe to better news channel, be subscribe. No one like and no share, no one turn on notification bell, so be update BAN on submit me. Now make a comment section once you are there. Be so, over like and one share. Now do comment section, comments and so go make comment section one. Now we are ever come. Do you remember there was a time and I say within the year and a month in the morning, there was some attack be a Garu constituency and I said Garu district. Officials say these policemen brutalized the people or the citizens of Garu. A man could ye be bring me be cruel for a movie. Now, according to the Garu MP, or say the guy who died no postmortem nature said it was the beating up, the attack on that guy and the man on FM weird. Now, a national security officer, which is Albert Dapaa, Edin Sembi Atuja say, sir, brutality in their course. No, the people should not put blame on the soldiers because the people no and not try to attack the national security with the police combined to do that operation. And the Krumo phone attack you first, and yes, security agencies no attack Krumo phone first. And or can in fact be brave, but the MP, member of parliament, our Garu so dia to just say, as some papa na can wrong. No could be any because according to the grounds check now, checking, there was no shooting incidents. Abrana officers and works are Toyota van. No, there be the people were approaching to ask who are those people. Inti no na confinement me ho ase ne ba here because a squad of I don't know because they were not in army wear or staff, something like that. Now all of a sudden they need to know, and they went to the police station to know. And before they tried to make some stones to the car. Now commander no police station commander no yeah I'm movie free van and send me bring a course. My person will become money aqua quitty. Nearby the Akabian, and they become me and good timber.
National Security Minister Ora Dapaa and odi insem atugwa na dey okopem Ghana mrahye begwefi no richim se nansen mentimu ase esiye e wo Garu ne nam so nti national security fokoto hye omanfo ne so wo bro won no o kire mu se yade se bra security operatives no kopuemu e wo hono na mebun na wo hono ene wodi kan eto hye eye emrantes national security operatives so ena wo bro won na edi kan ansa na wo monso so no once what do one ejemo opening somebody to parliament and they already trim say Ghana Armed Forces for and wodi Ghana na sensem ne bubo bae no and woko yes a special operation no e wo hono ma and am so won a woko to share a national security operatives ne so no and wo hwe say mra no and won bedi se ne se nyina mu no se ne nsa no mu ankasa eteno anase nipa bi esusu se na ade na aba no kamia se security operatives no wonganye won adwuma ye no amane bo kire mu se Ora Albert Dapaa a ono no national security minister no eno di wankasa amfa ho e wo Ghana mrahye begwefi wo bra ode nsami eri to gwa no na yen amane bo ne odefo kwasi ba echi egina ho.
A critical operation in Garu in the Upper East region. Upon their arrival in Garu, the team was besieged by some irate youth who were armed with weapons, including AK-47 rifles, among others. Mr. Speaker, despite initial attempts to introduce themselves as national security personnel, the irate youth proceeded to attack the officers by firing multiple gunshots at a black Toyota Land Cruiser in which the officers were seated. Mr. Speaker, following an escalation of the attacks on their vehicle, the officers drove to the Garu police station to seek refuge. the irate youth, then pursued the officers, encircled the police station, and fired multiple shots at sea. The timely intervention of personnel of the Ghana Armed Forces enabled the safe evacuation of the national security personnel from the Garu police station. Indeed, Mr. Speaker, the House will agree with me that the attack on the national security personnel and also the Garu police station was reprehensible and must be condemned in no uncertain terms. Mr. Speaker, in many other jurisdictions, such attacks on security personnel in the course of their legitimate duties would be classified as an attack on the state. Mr. Speaker, subsequent to all this, on Saturday, October 28, 2023, the Ministry of National Security and the Ghana Armed Forces conducted a joint operation in Garu to seize weapons used by the irate youth groups to attack the national security personnel. Mr. Speaker, in the aftermath of the joint operation, reports have emerged in respect of some excesses by the personnel who conducted the operation. Mr. Speaker, this aspect of the matter is currently before the court. It would therefore be inappropriate for me to comment on the matter as it would amount to contempt of court.
Ye a national security minister ne ding de ora Albert Dapaa na odi nsem no to gwa awie no mrahye begwani di madehia won ewo Garu Albert Akuka nso kirem se openi nkyeremu a odi aman no ose ojetuma enyeye.
I want to state that the facts on the ground is at variance with what the minister is briefing this house. That the people were in the car and which was shot at. My checks on the ground doesn't prove that that is the fact. My checks on the ground also prove that the youth who met the car on the 24th evening helped them, escorted them to the police station. It was at the police station that after the police commander, the BNI and all other security heads in the place didn't know anything about the presence of the people in the place. That led to some suspicion. And then the youth then insisted that they wanted to search the car. It is that altercation or that kind of arguments that brought some kind of heat. As at the time, the police commander of the station, the BNI, the DCE, I personally spoke with the DCE, and then even the regional minister, none of the security heads in the area knew about the so-called national security presence in the place. And the other fact is that let it be known that as at the time that the car was shot at, there was no anybody occupying that car. The commander had moved them to to the counterbar for investigation. So these are very clear facts. Now, what I'm not too happy about, I was expecting that in the course of the minister's statement, he should at least acknowledge the excesses that were done by the military and the fact that a life is lost. As we speak, somebody died. We took the pains to do an autopsy. It is proven that the person died out of the injuries that I have that medical report from for a postmortem. Let it be known that the youth in the area, we don't have any vigilante youth. I've heard it reported in your preview. We don't have a vigilante group in Garu. The youth are harmless youth who suspected, based on the national security slogan and the
eyi ɛyɛ mmarahyɛ begwani a ɔgyinam di maadehye a wɔn ɛwɔ Garu abatoɔ mpɛsua so ne din de Albert Akuka ne kurakura emu wɔ sansɛm kora mu no ɛna Zebila mmarahyɛ begwani owura Cletus Avoka nso kyerɛ mu sɛ nsɛm a National Security Minister de bɛto wɔn anim ɛna wɔ Ghana mmarahyɛ begwafi no ɔsɛ ɔno nso ɔdwene ho anti ase no nhyɛ da ɛnkɔye na ɔhwɛ sɛnea Ghana Armed Forces ɛkɔtu anamɔn anasɛ wɔn adwumadi a wɔkɔdi ɛwɔ mpɔtam hɔ no ɔsɛ kamea sɛ ɔboro a wɔde boro ɔmanfo no ano ɛyɛ den dodo.
Representing the government stated that the Garu matter had been disposed of because the people had been released and that there was no need for the National Minister of National Security to come to Parliament and make any statement. Said the matter had ended, everything had ended. Surprisingly, ladies and gentlemen, the Honourable Minister for National Security comes this morning or this afternoon and tells us that the people are in court. They have been charged and the matter is pending in court. Once the matter is pending, therefore, we should avoid making certain statements that might prejudice the case. So, which of them is talking the truth? Is it the deputy majority leader representing the government in Parliament, who on Friday said the matter had ended, or the Minister of National Security today, saying that the matter is sub judice because it is pending in court? Are they saying that the leadership of Parliament on the government side and then the executive do not coordinate or do not share ideas before they come to deal with matters concerning us in this country? That is one controversy that I want us to understand. We don't want to delve into the factors, into the matters, because as he says, if the matter is actually pending in court, we are minded by our standing orders. When the Garu people demonstrated a few days after the incident, look, the district chief executives of Garu and the district chief executive of Tempani, they received a petition from the demonstrators, and then the MP for Garu was there. And they condemned the military brutality on their people. The two of them are government representatives. The regional peace committee, National Peace Committee represent the region in the Upper East region, also condemned it. What facts did he give when he came today? What did he say? That they attacked the 5 personnel of the national security personnel, and that is why they had to retaliate. Is this a country full of vengeance?
Yo, na way I am so much as a course so our aya in Brashebe Gwafie, Yantu Aso na Yadaso, our in Brashebe Gwafie, no Jumedia El Corso. Na and from says, Rashebe Guafono, Nyame Ayadum, na budget one samno. Wadukwatu wani mwiye awaswoshe na eswonye ni mudefoba bua won na wachirachira nsam no mwiye na wade achira won na sanhye mudi waye sanka ise eye Rock City Hotel eho ena eswa kwatena se na ese nwa bu nkompo no wati ni mebiase yansa wode wonsa kura ba hyase ajatum na wade ayadwuma na mbeto ogwa no ena ese nipa bi se dabi gane yani siko yani sika na Rock City eho na mokɔhye anda monya no mrahye begwafie wa na ese ho na motena se na ese mo fa munimudefo de ba obetimi abɛkyerɛkyerɛ mo na mrahye begwafo ɛkɔ asetena no Mr. Speaker ato ne bo akyerɛkyerɛ mu ɛwɔ sansam no ɛho ne enti ese wɔrekɔ na nwatimi akɔhye wo na ese ho afa adwene ne ade nyinaa ɔman Ghana ntia ensem owura ɛyɛ abembaben ade tu gwa ɛwɔ sansam ho no mama yentie bi.
Democracy has finally decided, and the people have prevailed on their representatives to decide that this year's post-budget workshop be held here in Parliament. Honourable members, it is so decided. But reporting will definitely be Saturday early in the morning, and we'll use the floor of the House as the main conference room. But the other conference rooms will serve for side workshops, and the model has changed. We are now not going to listen to lectures from experts. It will not be lectures. It will be training of trainers. You yourselves will now be trained on how to analyze budgets from sector to sector, going through the estimates yourself, drawing your attention to various alternatives, which will engender healthy debates on the floor. And so we'll be using a number of the committee rules for this work.
Ayo na se efedi Ghana yansi kakra ho beto na se Rock City no won anya nko mrahye begwafie ho a na obetena na won adisa adwuma no na mbra speaker anusi pe na ochese owura aya kesal atoforsen enso achirem se sansam yikura gina no esanya de a empanyifo ekohie committee level no wo fa ho adwene se bia se anase se ese no so no nia oka fa ho eni.
The Honorable MP for Buem, the Honorable Kofi Adams, has indicated publicly that there is the need for Ghana's Parliament to consider holding the post-budget workshop here. So, Speaker, he said this in good faith, considering the mood of the country, considering the state of our economy. So, Speaker, it is only right that as members of Parliament, we attempt to save the public's purse. Mr. Speaker, I support the call from the honourable member from Buem, the Honourable Kofi Adams, that the post-budget workshop should be held here. Mr. Speaker, this is particularly important. Mr. Speaker, this is particularly important because, Mr. Speaker, clearly, we have to save the country from further expenditures. Mr. Speaker, I'm urging colleagues that in as much as we are holding the post-budget workshops here, members must also ensure that they attend. They must attend, and we should all participate fully. Mr. Speaker, oftentimes when you hold workshops here, members do not participate properly. And so, Mr. Speaker, I'm pleading with colleagues that we should all endeavor to participate and concentrate throughout the post-budget workshop while we hold it here.
Ayo na se aya Dr. Kesala Atoforsen ono na oye okandifo emma edom kuma no ewo mrahye begwafie ne nsimode tu gwa ene na owura aya oseche mensa bonso enso adibitua so no kirem se to da bia we ni be bisa ofie na se aya members no honorable members no se wonfo adwene ni ade nyina ndi achi nti wosere se tesa afidi no wo modyan se wode wo adwene bibia won koma beta achi no watimi a kire ni ye efa budget no na wonso watimi ade ayadwuma nsema ade tu gwa eni.
Occasions when we attempted to do that, on 2 occasions when we held at Gampa, one participation was poor, and those who participated soon after the inauguration, many of them left. And others were distracted in various ways. And so we took a decision that it's better to have these workshops outside Accra. So for participation and also maintaining a focus without doing it in Accra, outside Accra, is a better option. That's what we have been doing ever since. Mr. Speaker, the issue about between Rock City and Water Serene, I think even last year came up. You are right when you alluded to the cost differentials. My information was that the management of Rock City came back to say that they had given Parliament a rebate, bringing it about the same level as Water Serene. Mr. Speaker, I have no fixation wherever it's held, Water Serene or Rock City. And I've made this opinion abundantly clear anytime that we have come to discuss this.
Na aniamuti ye owura oseche mensa bonso ono na oye majority leader.
2020 running mate Eddie Mayera John Dramani Mahama Eyo Binfo na Jane Opoku Ajiman odi nsembi atugwa chirim secretary pro any dream di sabre omanga na yenga sua okon ewo so no sorry anase jedi sum ahoro a wo mo man mu no won so wo asode ene asede enti won hwese wo betumi akasa bi na sade no ye betumi tu wase e de fi oman mu Openyin edi nsami tu gwa no yara ewo bra nankasa ekogina nira John Dramani Mahama anang ewo Assemblies of God eye won sum bia ba ko ewo North Carnation bra won nya mfisha eduonum na wɔrehyɛ ho fa ɛna wɔto nsa ɛde fra ɔpanyin a wɔntumi ama na nankasa nso kɔgyina mu ɛde ma yɛwura John Dramani Mahama no kyerɛm sɛ ketahyehyɛ porɔ ne dwumudi sɛnea adokoro ɔman mprempren aban yi wɔn aniyɛ na afei wɔn anamotu nyinaa mu no ɛwɔ sɛ nsɔresɔre ahorow nyinaa no wɔsɔre na wɔkesa anaasɛ wɔn nkasa bi na ɛno ntumi ɛmoa na saa de no yɛntumi ntu ase mfimfi ɔman yi emu.
It needs to take more than just a casual interest in the happenings of the country. At a dialogue with the Trade Union Congress leadership earlier this week, as part of my Building Ghana tour, I highlighted, among others, how over the past few years, the signs were clear that our country was being led in a wrong direction. Unfortunately, my party, the National Congress, was left alone to demand accountability from the government. Corruption, for example, has been a cancer of our national progress for far too long, eroding public trust and hindering development. Addressing this menace requires a multifaceted approach. Yes, I have signaled my strong commitment to lead a fight against corruption with unwavering dedication and determination. The fight, however, cannot be won for the political parties alone. As a moral voice, the church must not remain silent on the raging incidents of corruption, with scandals being reported every week, but not rigorously investigated and action taken. As I stand before the church, let me reiterate without any equivocation that my administration, thanks to the votes of Ghanaians, will from January 2025, strengthen the anti-corruption institutions to investigate and prosecute corrupt officials without fear or favor.
Eye Obinfo Nana Jane Opoku Ajiman oye 2020 running mate Edima Yera John Dramani Mahama. Yentua kasia bonoso na ashenka nyumeku bese enum a won ewo memu ena wode nkratase bi aban premprem yara na wore echiremu se Yaman Penning Ditao John Dramani Mahama onokro ya sanya frankatuni edima endisa manyuku no bra yerisiese ho akọ 2024 abato no mu no ashenkafo kabomkwe ede abachirem se ninsem bi a waka se don hwere eduonu anan Ghana se ye na ye beye djuma na bo amampuntu beba wo man mu no sa ashenkafo kabomkwe nyina erichirem se ade opanyi akan no woni ni yadwuni ye papa esan se wohunu se eno ne beboa ma mebum benye djuma ye ebeboa ma Ghana yang sikasema ajiegu economy a ase sabre ye nam IMF se wo beba beboa yen no sa 24 hours economy wo jedi se Yera John Dramani Mahama oba odi beba na odi ba nsusu dia ene beboa yen ye papa mo man Ghana ne o ma be konkan ede amayen enkratase a sa adrabafo yi ede abai no wo chem se womunim se Yera John Dramani Mahama waye bida entinia waka nsusu no wojedi se obesan aye ne eche nsu sampo enunti ana wode sa statement ya baya wode wonsa ashase se eno ena ebeboa opani ya barima eka won a womude sankratasi abai emo yebo ye humodin se yensa betumi akano na yene no atwetwe nkomo na nana already nso eye deputy national secretary ede ma concerned drivers association of Ghana ono nso nsa ehase bi William anase owura William Abuado ono nso nsa ehase bia wo munyina wo jedi se oba this 24 hours economy policy no ebetumi abua esankre DVLA funyina wo beye djuma anajofa o ewiabo nsuto na chese bebo yie papa ma ne manyina ebekonkan akuafo nsusu no bra won akọ afum no won aba won abre no wankasa ebetumi di won nobai no akọgwa ahoro nyina so akoton anajofa a police fu nso begina nyina miamia ya wojedi se wo be cheke se won adrabafo no wo bedi mra no su pepepepepe etina chese Ghana fo yeri na ye beye djuma uye djuma sabe na opon a afufuru nso beba na chese TV SYZ ha anase Power FM ene anajofa no ndum ye nyina na ye chinem na ebe ye juma Ghana betumi aye juma biom enti wo se sansem a yera John Dramani Mahama akan no wone no eya dwene ye papa enti won so wo be support no akwanhoro nyina so se na be ya obeba masa ade no ode be bre Ghana fo na niam so akonkan ede amayen yebo ye humodem brepem yen saka eye owura ya oberima a oye PRO edi ma True Drivers Union nsa ehye nkrata asibi no ye ne no ebetwetwe nkomo ne yebisa no adeko reporting ti a wongahu ewo yewura John Dramani Mahama mu ni 24-hour economy policy opese order be no ede no wongahu wo mu a wonganya jedi ewo mu yen saka na ye ne no ebetwetwe nkomo krantema yen tuaso
ya tuaso na ye bohwi na akọ aye Ketu South mpeswa no eso ya mami aye Jifa Gomashi ono na oye mbrahye begwani ewo ho nano aye energy minister Dr. aye Opoku kompesa no so aye jesembrahye begwafie no ode akotugwa sese wono wo ye nyema nyina de tutu na kwan mu via rekobo de wuru koye nkyerɛkyerɛ ewo ho wo wie kyerɛ ne atore nkyɛm isi nso no wonja wo mu wabo madian so wore yambua se wonsa kanima odo kɔhwɛ akyekyɛ adiama wo ani ntie bakɔ ne abise maame se niema yi kyɛ se ensam no se de beto ogwa no owuro kutato abra kɔ se ne nsa nka bi no no ne mpɛsoa no so ne nsa kan bi se niema wode bra na ɛno nso etimi ahwɛ se niema bɛn ɛna wonsa kan wonsa nka bi nso ani ehu baby se eye energy minister no ade sa niema no so ɛkɔhyɛ na berepam no ye bɛkɔ na efe ye ne maame eye honorable Jifa Gomashi entwe nkomo niam bisa se niema energy minister ka ho asemi no wonsa akabia na
good evening
me pacho ye biso na eye Ketu South anano honorable eye energy minister Matthew Opoku Prempe kopue mu omrahye begwafie no o kire se wo hwe sadia nsu no abue ni ade na mode wo yi masutire eno akikura nso wo abeche niema ni sika bia eno so no mode bua Ketu South monsa akabia na
yo medase na me chawti efo she asam me bufua ma me hunya ne nye madam me bufua me hunya ne nye kra na makacha me wo se sama ahwe a me di so kitinkiti we echi na fe me mu ma benya headache na de she obia me teach kra man to from mampute man to from say ye be nsuo na me teya ka me meka cho mo say already no eso to na ho yiri dada I would have told them come volunteer information before ye be bue sadie na apuna kan ho na tada we ba kwa ba na no nye den to say 2021 de no mo but na wa kan ho kakra ba na kusi na eso to no community say wo St. Paul Secondary School home community say war towards the border baby agbawe diamond summit in home na aye isi ejiri home na and come more information say we share in lagoons na the omi nsene no ni nyina iso level na ko high. I would have said that information there's no. If you have the callers, yes, I will phone a prayer and I will try a class. Yenya mofra, if yenya groni, yenya krona bo. Yenya mofra, yenya krona bo. And now, such Ubejina Parliament, then you start not coming no cry. Why do you even put us all through this embarrassment? I didn't see a Yama way costume. Parliament, me ya buy your me ye more national theatre back in the day. Na ma nibia onya ne baby kwanti honorable how o gebe ya na ma me no pamasam me ta kosta no parliament so ma adwini nyina ne se aha etini fopa ne ba ho na omo ba dwini kan na ho ta ankodi ya bo dem wa wo be ka kire se wa frey nto wo se wo frey enkoba ne bo ho no mo se we desia se now we say it only trouble could be swab by and social media so yeah didn't we could be cut to South and then they see a money a relief items you cut to South the their money 1st November and then call free DRA ho na ninya call na me say me home for me they not blessed woman you know me wo me kuma and say me who me doctor was 37 and he must me Angloga 2nd November almost assembly ho memra ho me ne colleague MPs means enu no na say honorable stuff honorable gasa ne me yemi hia ho na me say ne ho fa me ma me no pa me twa na me so okay me fa hot on my way to Accra me do ho track no ho fine na ma me no any nadmo regional nadmo minister ni almost staff ye nyina gina ho MCs ni nsano na MP ba kwa no kan ho ye honorable stuff na gasa ni ho nti ye gina ho no mu chap na enyema no ka they had not uploaded it to it's a traffic to na pa me dem say me that na me call na me ni wo ho e say ye de ma me wo enyema no me kwa na mu ni Africa no mu me kwa e ho ni Africa no mu ade ba ya so de man nya no so de ma me no ka me ni nyema no dodo na wo friend nadmo regional coordinator na for MPs no ye mu we pa na ade ade na ma and I said again so bad and so na atini baby say yama o my idea e mo baga hin ade mai
okay
e bro baga hin ade mami
okay na so honorable mami mbam kaka say ya kase no won san ka hwe ukogina car no twa picture na so niam na de wan hu say aburo ana mattress wan hu hwe wom nti won sa
niam na play ni o ya ai amu bie pack tin no mu bie ba ko achi and you know, so we tissue and you cry, and the tissue you cry. No, I think never know we're still on the vehicle. Yeah, Nimia man, no, me quiet. Yeah, Nimia man, who from I mean, I be some of the dance pampa. No, shall be before me and away and watch it. And if we are back, and yet it's now we should have been out to come some idea, you know. And you pay your call her no more. If you ask all of them, okay, so some of them are near and me car, me vehicle Saturday, me Mahindra, na ya kata ho ni bi. Nyama be na cost one run about nadmo.
Okay.
Nyama be no mo je me car this one nyama aje. Na me why no dem am or so dem am 2nd November.
Okay.
And so ni akushini munyai.
Yo, honorable.
Me nya kwalasa.
Ya da se bebre be de wa se so nya bre. Na ne pese hu se nyama no won san ka bi. Honorable say Ninsan Kebi.
Okay. Now I don't even want to be associated with it because of some strong capability. I don't want to be associated with it.
Yeah, that's it. Honorable Yadas pass when you bring my church in Semnimu. Now what they actually Yami and Shroud. Nice and nay, and Rashibagoni, Ketu South, a your honorable Jifa Gomashi, nice and Yamano and Yadian and Saka, into the Bia one of Monfambra, Nayan Quacha, and my Ayan Crofone, and nay, Oko Aya a damper tema. Adesha ewo adan ensu kirema na se won so wonsan ka hweo na mbrahye begwani ben ena so wakogirema wakogi wonde na wonsan kan yenko adan na se nsemi no woni akora kofi daako etwe nkomo se won so omo ba akokora ketekete wonsa enya enka biye